Good day after the show, streaming exclusively on WTOL 11 Plus. My special guest on the couch this morning is Kaylee Marented. Hey, thanks for being here. Kaylee, you see her at 5, 6, and 11 p.m.
Yes.
p.m.
Usually not a.m.
So you got up early for us. You joined us for Good Day as my special guest co-host on Good Day this morning and stuck around for a little Good Day after the show so we can chat with you a little bit more.
Yeah, this is my first time on after the show, Good Day after the show. So I'm a little, and it had been a while since I was even on Good Day too. So it was fun to be back here.
Yeah. So when you first started working here, January 2022, right? You worked more of a not nighttime shift.
Day
shift.
Yes.
So there were times where you were doing Good Day.
Yeah, I was, because Dan Cummins was like, "Oh, Good Day's so fun. I had so much fun." I said, "Yeah, I used to do Good Day all the time, actually." So yeah, I started investigative, and then one morning they were like, "Do you want to do Good Day?" I was like, I'm on the investigative team. This feels like two opposites, but I had so much fun, and I think it is a chance for people to know me outside of just this investigative reporter or just this anchor. So I love Good Day, and this is great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's totally different than investigative reporting.
Yes.
Evening anchor, but we always have a good time here on the show. So hopefully you can kind of relax a little bit while you're here. So we learned about you this morning that you're an adrenaline junkie.
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
So you like...
My mother hates it.
Does she?
Oh, yeah.
She's like, "What are you doing this weekend?"
She doesn't really even ask. She just text me when you're okay.
When you're okay.
On the ground.
So did you grow up in Michigan?
Yes, Metro Detroit, Oakland County.
Yeah, so you're kind of from this neck of the woods.
Yeah.
You worked in Michigan before you came here.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. In Lansing, Michigan. I worked in Lansing for a little more than 3 years before I made the move here.
So I can kind of see growing up in Michigan being like an outdoorsy, like there's so much to do in pure Michigan.
Yeah, I did. I grew up a block from a lake. So I was always in the water. My family has a cabin up north. We were on a lake. I was always in the water. I was always doing something, being outside. I was like collecting rocks when I was a kid. So yeah, I've always been a fan of being outdoors. I grew up playing softball and running track, these outdoor sports. So yeah, I love
hiking.
Hiking.
Where was this?
So the first one was in Cabo. This one was in, it was called Gold Strike Hot Springs. It's outside the Hoover Dam. This was this was last week, actually. That wasn't last week. That was about a year and a half ago. But the Hot Springs was about.
That was last week.
This was last week. So something very, like I said, my mom doesn't really ask questions beforehand. So the Hot Springs, I had met this guy who I jumped with when I went skydiving in Vegas this summer. This is just my life.
It's her third time skydiving.
This is my third time. So I jumped in Vegas. That was in Tecumseh. But when I jumped in Vegas, the guy who I jumped with grew up in my hometown in Michigan. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Small world.
Yeah. So he said, next time you're out, I'll take you for a hike. I do tours. So I'm like, cool. So I took him up on it. We did this hike. And he's like, bring your swimsuit. We're going to go to these hot springs. It was hot. And he goes, just don't go under. And I said, okay, why?
What happens if I go under?
He said, there is brain-eating amoeba in the water.
Oh, that's the stuff we report about.
So immediately I'm checking all my cuts. I'm like, I'm toast. I'm done for. He said, no, if it gets up your nose. Yeah. It just can't get up your nose. So I was in the waterfall. It splashed in my eye immediately.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I'm going to lose my sight. I'm fine.
How was the water?
It was 109 degrees. So yeah, like your typical hot tub is about 102 maybe. So it was hot. Yeah, we were only in there about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
His name is John that I went hiking with, and I saw some sweat, and I'm like, I think I'm ready. Yeah, it didn't, but it was an amazing hike.
Yeah. And beautiful scenery, I would imagine.
Oh, the mountains. Yeah, you walk down, you see, we walked to the Colorado River, you could see the Hoover Dam. I mean, it was the most gorgeous hike I've ever been on, for sure.
Yeah. So, but that started because you jumped out of an airplane for the third time.
Yes, for the third time.
Yeah. What made you say, I want to go skydiving the first time you went?
So I had met my two friends here in Toledo, Mandy and Vitai, and we had all just become friends, and We might have had a couple drinks at the bar. And
That's how the story always starts.
That's actually them right there.
Oh, hey.
So Vatai's on the left, Mandy is on the right. We were just in New York for Mandy's birthday. So this is us in New York last month. But so Mandy said, would you guys ever go skydiving? And we're like, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden we're like putting our hands in, and then it becomes like a pact, and then she's sliding me the registration for skydiving. And that's how it happened. So that was
She was ready.
My friend Vatai, that was only our second time hanging out together. It was when we jumped out of a plane together.
Okay.
So we're bonded
Trusting.
for life. And now I like, when I think about, obviously I love my job now, but if I were to do anything else, I would love to do the videography and camera work for skydiving.
Oh.
I think that'd be so cool.
Cool. Yeah. So, because I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. Describe it for me. What it's like.
The scariest part for sure
Is jumping out.
It's the plane when you keep looking down, you're like, okay, we're still going up, we're still going up, we're still going up. And then you hit that plateau and we're
Okay.
like, we're high.
This is as
okay.
high as it's gonna
And then
get.
they open that door and and everyone starts, you scoot out on the bench and you're out. So it's you're done. No, I mean, like, I like the free fall. So you free fall typically from like about 14,000 feet. You're free falling for about 60 seconds, which it feels sometimes like a long time. Other
Yeah.
times it feels like it's going by really quickly. So it's just like a lot. But once you get used to it, like the camera's right there and you're posing and it's fun. But then I love right there.
Yeah.
So when they pull the parachute, though, I love that part when you get to like float down and actually look at the scenery.
Okay.
I mean, it is. I would highly, highly suggest it. So if I
Okay.
ever get my license,
Yeah.
can go, yeah.
Oh boy.
You're like, oh, no.
yeah, I'm not putting my hand in anything, not making any packs. So yeah, if you've been on the fence about it, Kaylee highly recommends it. And
Yes.
there's a place in Tecumseh that
there
does
is,
it.
yeah, Tecumseh Skydive Tecumseh. Highly recommend. They are fantastic. I felt really good there. This is not a promotion. I'm not paying
No,
or
no, no.
anything, but they are definitely the closest in the area.
Yeah.
But since when I jumped in Vegas, like if you can go somewhere that has cool scenery,
Yeah.
it's unmatched.
Yeah. Now, what time did you do? Like fall? I feel like that would be a pretty time
Yeah.
in this area to go.
I went, so I think they stop about now because
Okay.
of the air temperature.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they usually stop in like the fall-ish time. I think they start up the end of April. But I went in September last year, and you can't really. It was too early, I guess, for
Yeah,
the colors.
yeah.
But Vegas with the mountains and everything, that was
That was cool.
yeah.
All right. Skydiver over here. Also athletic too. You played volleyball and you
Yes.
still play volleyball.
I do, yeah. I still play in some rec leagues. I play at the Docks downtown, and then Skyway in Oregon. This was our championship team. We won like the first half of the summer league. We usually win. We lost last month in the championship, which is a big heartbreak. But yeah, so I actually play over my dinner break, which not a lot of people know or would guess. I think it's funny. My team will text me, so I'll do the 6 o'clock show and then our digital show, WTOL 11 Plus Now at 6:30, and then after that I will go play volleyball, either at the Docks or indoor.
Some people eat dinner.
I play volleyball, yeah. Yeah, I go, and then I come back and heat up my dinner here.
Yeah.
So I'll go play, come back here, and then anchor the 11 o'clock. And sometimes my team will text me and be like, you don't look like you just took a volleyball to the face or something.
impressive.
Or like, yeah, so, or you just played in the sand. So, yeah, sometimes Jeff is like, just don't come back smelly, which is
You
fine.
get to stand next to him for it's only half an hour,
yeah.
right? But yeah, I feel like the sand would be the trickiest.
Yeah,
part.
some of my heels, they have like sand in them sometimes, but I try to hose off. So I like indoor. I mean, I grew up playing indoor.
Yeah.
I actually didn't get into sand until after college, just because it was like a summer, like rec leagues, like
Yeah.
bar leagues are super common. So I love sand, but I grew up playing indoor, and that's kind of like where my heart is. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else? Oh, animals.
Okay.
Big animal fan.
Yes.
You have 2 cats.
I do, yes. I forgot to upload some pictures, I think, for you. But so Tucker, I got in the pandemic, April of 2020.
Yeah.
He's my pandemic baby. He is great. He was 3 when I adopted him. He was just found outside.
That's not surprising.
So
I feel
yeah,
like
I went
you'd be
to
like, hey, it's a cat. I'm gonna take it.
well, so I went to a shelter and they had just found him outside.
Oh,
They were
okay.
like, we just found him. He's obviously a house cat, and he is the like snuggliest little. I mean, everyone that comes to my house is like, you have the coolest cats. So and then I have Vino is my other one. I actually got him. I was down to interview Governor DeWine a few years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna make a pit stop afterwards, and I went and I got Vino, yeah, and they are like they're the tightest.
They get along good.
Oh, big time. There's a 5-year age gap, but they are
Really tight.
nonstop running around, entertainment. They're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm going to interview the governor and then I'm going to get a cat.
Yeah. Yes. And I don't know. Vino stuck too. I was like, maybe wine, Vino.
Oh,
like
Wine with DeWine. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vino kind of just came up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of Wine with DeWine and COVID and all of that, do you have like well, you weren't here during COVID because you came in 2022. What are some of maybe your more memorable stories that you think you've reported on since you've been here?
Since I've been here, definitely Cedar Point investigation. First one that comes to mind. That was the first thing laid on my desk when I got here.
Oh.
Which is insane. Yeah, I knew I was going to be on the investigative team, and Brian Duggar was like, hey, like we're kind of working on this. I want you to help me. This could be big. I'm like, okay. So I had no idea that it would lead to what it did to, what it led to. So that's definitely like my biggest and most impactful. Like when I go to schools and they want to talk about like impact or change, that is like the number one story I bring up.
Yeah. And if you missed this investigation, we clearly have it on our website.
Yeah.
But you were looking into things that were happening in the employee dorms at Cedar Point.
Yes. So there were workers that were being sexually assaulted inside the dorms, and they were kind of just being swept underneath the rug. And then when we tried to get some of the reports from Cedar Point Police, they told us that they were a private entity and they weren't subject to public requests, that's not a thing. If you're a police force, you're a public entity. So our company, thank goodness for them, they said, let's sue them. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So we went to the Ohio Supreme Court, we won, got those records, and so Cedar Point Police got dissolved because of our investigation. And we still kind of check in on the employees here and there, see how things are going. But I think to be able to like make so much change against a multi-billion-dollar company, I never thought I'd be able to do that.
And to share those stories too. And to get that out there with some of the employees.
Yeah. And we had so many people come to us too. And I will say that was probably one of the hardest stories I've ever had to do, because I remember there were about 3 days in March. It was like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And Duggar was like, I want you to call each of these women. I did. And they had to relive those times with me on the phone. And I remember going home being so drained and like so defeated and like, but it was so therapeutic for so many of these women. They'd be like, I've never told anybody that, or like you're like this is the second person I've told. So it was like it was hard for me, but it was so good for them that it was worth it. And like the change that it created was, but I will never forget how hard those days were.
Yeah. But and this is the type of work that our 11 Investigates team does day in and day out. While I'm sitting on a couch talking about, fall festivals.
No, however, though, I have so many people reach out to me that are like, can you hook me up with Amanda Faye? I'm like, yeah. Like I was in my hot yoga class and my instructor's like, hey, we have an event. Can I come on Good Day? I'm like, of course. Like, this is great for people to know what's going on in the community.
And that's the point of the show, which is great, because there are so many small businesses out there, community groups that are out there that, they don't have a ton of money, right? All these funds to do like marketing or whatever. And we have all these viewers who are looking for things to do with their families. And so it makes a whole lot of sense for us to connect that way. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. So we learned a little bit more about you. We're going to learn a little bit more. And we're going to play a game. But we're going to take a break first. She's nervous. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
My mouth got
All right, welcome back to Good Day After the Show, streaming exclusively on WTOL 11 Plus. If you're just joining us now, Kaylee Marentet is my guest on the couch this morning. Normally you see her in the evening, 5, 6, and 11 p.m. news with Jeff.
Yes.
And thanks for waking up early for us today.
Thank you. I'm already like thinking about going to bed later.
Yeah, she's like, when's the nap coming? Yeah. I get it. I love a good nap. So we're going to play a little game of this or that.
Okay.
Now, we talked earlier about you play volleyball. We didn't mention that you used to do some pageants.
I did.
Yeah, are you still doing that?
No,
Okay.
I don't do it anymore. It was amazing, and I love being in pageants. They are pricey, they are expensive.
Yeah, the dresses and all that stuff.
But I think like some of the training that I went through to like be able to be on my toes and like even just like walking with more confidence and everything. Yeah, I loved.
Great experience.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I got a couple of those questions in here too. She's kind of nervous.
Yeah,
We're just going to play this or that. Okay, let's start easy here. Breaking news or feature story?
Breaking news.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like
Love both.
Yeah.
But breaking news, there's something about like I love being out on breaking news. Also like finding out the information for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I figured it out.
Yes,
When you put
yeah.
pieces together too. All right. Teleprompter or ad lib?
Ad lib.
Okay. Oh, okay. Studio lights or live shot? Sunshine.
Studio, because I hate the sun in my eyes.
I know. I do too. And you're like, yeah. Okay. That's always a cute face that I make. Anchoring solo or co-anchoring?
Co-anchoring for sure.
Okay. Hard news or human interest?
Hard news.
Okay. Deadline crunch or long form storytelling?
Long form storytelling.
When you have some time, especially with
Yes.
those investigative pieces.
Yeah, when we get a couple weeks to do something or months, yeah, it's the best. It's like a treat.
Yeah, very nice. Because most of the time, our reporters get their assignment at 9:30 in the morning, and they're on at 4, 5, 6.
I've done a few day turns recently
Yes.
where like when David Broadway got arrested.
Oh, right.
It was. I did the 5, 6, 11, and I had to turn a package. So it was. I don't like those days. I mean, I'll do them, but long form for sure.
They're a little busy. By the way, David Broadway was another investigation. He was the guy who was ripping people off doing their driveways. And they found him in Indy, right? Or where'd they find him?
Yeah, he was caught in Indianapolis. That I was having a terrible day too, and Duggar had called me and he's like, they just arrested David Broadway. I have never been into work so quick in my life. Yeah, it was investigating him for years and hearing so many complaints that I do need to do a follow-up on him.
Yeah,
so
this guy
I
had
hope he's
been
not
hopping
watching.
from city to city doing the same thing, and he ripped a lot of people off here. So
Yeah.
they caught him finally. All right, we're going to do a little pageant now. Gown or cocktail dress?
Gown.
Okay. Talent portion or interview round?
Interview.
Okay. Walking in heels or spiking a volleyball?
Spiking a volleyball.
Yeah, we're segueing now into the volleyball questions.
Okay.
Okay, so then serve or spike?
Spike.
Okay. Why?
I was an outside, like I was.
Yeah.
What people say, like a spiker. I was an outside in college.
Okay.
Like so that was my.
I'm like, I don't know what that position is.
I hit like I'm the one who hits over the net.
All
So,
right.
yeah, love that.
All right. You kind of alluded to this earlier, indoor court or beach sand?
Indoor.
Indoor. Practice drills or game day?
Game day.
You strike
Love
me as a game day gal. Team captain or coach's MVP?
Team captain.
Okay. Block or dig?
Dig. Actually, block.
Block.
There's nothing more hype. Like everyone gets so hyped when you make a good, especially like as a girl when I've blocked guys before.
Yeah.
It does a little something to their ego.
It does
and
a little bit.
yeah, it's definitely
Okay, cool. Power play or finesse move?
finesse.
Okay. And what does that look like in volleyball?
Like a cool dig. Like if you're indoor and you get, it's called like a pancake. So if you're going and like you scoop underneath the ball, like just if you glide your hand across the floor and it bounces off, like it's a save. So it's like that's also why I like indoor too. But yeah, a pancake. So they're very rare, but when you get them, they're extremely.
That's cool.
They're really cool.
There's a good example of a finesse move. Winning point or perfect set?
Perfect set.
Okay. Perfection. All right. Let's do some personal style.
Okay.
Full glam or natural glow?
Natural glow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We know you do the glam, like clearly, like
Yeah.
you have to all the time.
yeah. But I roll into work
Natural glow.
Unrecognizable.
Here's a glam photo.
Yeah. Oh, this was when
Dan?
Dan and I did the fashion show
For Victory Center?
Yes, this was for the Victory Center in February. That I remember, I wanted this dress so badly. It was a little out of my price range, but
you can wear it in a fashion show.
Yes, that was incredible. But when I'm not at work, I usually am not wearing
Your
makeup.
natural glow.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is you on the.
Oh, this was for Flaunt. This is for Equality Toledo, which is actually coming up next month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love.
They're on Good Day a lot.
Yes, this is my favorite event of the year for sure. I have so much fun. So this was for J. Crew. So I walked in J. Crew
That's
last
cute.
year.
I like that.
Yes, so cute. So I've walked in like J. Crew, some of like our local threads or like local designers. Yes, yeah. So that is a great. But when I glam, I can glam, but
You like natural.
for sure.
All right. Ponytail or curls?
Ponytail,
Sneakers or stilettos?
sneakers,
Power suit or flowy dress?
flowy dress.
Yeah, you're definitely. I don't know if I've seen you in a suit.
No,
dresses?
I have like one good pair of like work pants, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Usually in a dress.
Do you know how many dresses you own?
That is so weird you asked. I just counted. I have 43. I just counted 2 weeks ago, and
that motivates me to count mine. I don't have 43, but it's
I have 43, and they just like accumulated, I guess.
Right.
They just accumulate, and then I think I gave a dress to like Noelle, and then I've given a few just randomly here and there. But I have still dresses that I got in college.
Well, if they still fit, and they're not
hanging
tattered,
on.
I feel I have some that are 15, 20 years old too, because we have to keep it keep it looking
Keep in the
fresh,
rotation,
right? In a
yeah.
rotation. All right, lip gloss or lipstick?
Gloss.
Okay. Gym workout or yoga stretch?
Gym workout.
Yeah, I like a good gym
Love
workout.
both, but
Book or podcast?
podcast.
Okay. Last question. City lights or beach sunsets? Ooh,
That's a good one. Beach,
beach.
for sure.
Outdoorsy.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, cool. Well, thanks for playing along. That wasn't so bad,
That was
right?
way easier than I thought it
That
was gonna
wasn't so
be.
bad.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
have one more question for you, but I'm going to ask it after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Good Day After the Show, streaming exclusively on WTOL 11 Plus. Kaylee Marentette, my guest today on the comfy couch. We talked a lot about you today, got to know you a little bit more. We did some this or that, and I always ask my guests this final question, and it is, What are your media recommendations? What are you watching, listening to, reading that you would recommend to our viewers?
Let's see. Reading right now, I am reading the book Forgiving What You Can't Forget. It's about forgiveness, which I think is one of the most like powerful things you can carry with you through your life. Someone wrongs you, being able to forgive. With grace.
Yeah.
So I'm reading that right now.
Yeah.
Listening to Park Predators, which is the host is Delia D'Ambra.
Okay.
And she is phenomenal. She does like counterclock episodes. She's a great investigative reporter. I don't know why I did this to myself, but I did listen to Park Predators before I went on a hike with a man I don't know.
Yeah.
But
and you ended up in hot springs with the brain eating amoeba.
Yeah. So that podcast is about. It's talking about different national forests and these parks where someone gets murdered or missing, or there's a serial killer, or it's really fascinating. Those are just little short episodes, but she does great investigations.
Okay.
So listening to Park Predators, watching. I just started. It's called The Girlfriend or Girlfriend. It's on Amazon Prime.
On Amazon Prime.
Yeah. It's a overview is this guy brings a girl to like meet his parents, and the mother like kind of knows something's off, and the things.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah,
I saw the preview for this.
The things that this girl like does, it's a little. I just started it, so I'm kind of still. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my family watched it. They're like, "This is right up your alley.
Okay.
Like this is you have to
The
watch
Girlfriend.
It. Yes.
Who isn't that? Is there somebody like big in that, or not necessarily?
I could not. I am like so bad with
About
actors and actresses.
Okay, but it's on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. Some recommendations if you're looking for something to watch or listening to or read. Some good recs. Thanks for waking up early for us today.
This was so fun.
Yeah.
I haven't been on Good Day in
We have a good
so
time.
long.
It's a nice little breather, I feel like, from what you all have to read.
That
every
is
day.
true. Yeah, it's good to have a little change of pace and let people know that I'm not just
a real person.
Yes.
Who likes to hike and, jump out of planes.
Just your average stuff.
Just your average stuff. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us today for Good Day After the Show. Make sure you tell your friends to download WTOL 11 Plus and watch this special exclusive coverage right here. Have a good day, everybody.